जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनारंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनारंजन यमुना तेरा वनचारी यमुना तेरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनारंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनारंजन यमुना तेरा वनचारी यमुना तेरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Lalita Vishakha Jaya Radhe Sham, Lalita Vishakha Jaya Radhe Sham. Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Dham. Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande Hari Hari Om. जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परुकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परुकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति शिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जी महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शिलादास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि से वृंदावन धाम की श्री मथुरा धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री मायापुर नवदीप धाम की श्री गंगा माई की यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की युग धाम हरिनाम संकीर्तन की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की शिला प्रभुपाद ट्रांसडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की श्रीमद् भगवद गीता यथारूप की निताई गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all ग्लोरीज टू assembled, all ग्लोरीज टू assembled, all ग्लोरीज टू गुरु एंड गौरांग की जय। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। So, welcome all the Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis today in this evening session, Bhagavad Gita session. So, we are all blessed. So, we are here in Vrindavan Dham and we have got this opportunity to hear from Bhagavad Gita from Lord Sri Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. So we are all blessed. And also I welcome the online viewers who are listening from different places all over the world. This very important session, Bhagavad Gita session in Sri Vrindavan Dham. So, first of all, we will offer our Mangalacharan. Please fold your hands गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथवतं तं सजीवं सावधैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादां सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्विताक्ष। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभिश्च कृपा सिन्धुमेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासां ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपात् अधं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So this is Bhagavad Gita as it is. So in the end of the introduction, Srila Prabhupada has given us the Gita Mahatamya. It's very important. Gita Mahatamya. Gita Shastram idam punyam ye pathet priyatapaman विष्णु पदम अवाप्नोति भय शोकादि वर्जिता। गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायाम परस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्म कृतानि च। सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः। मलनिर्मोचनां पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकद्गीतामृतस्नानं संसारमलनाशनम्। गीता सुगीता कर्तव्य के मन्य शास्त्र विस्तर या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखा पद्मात्मनिषेता। भारत अमृत सर्वस्वं विष्णु भक्ताद्विनिषेतम। गीता गंगोत्कम पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपाल नंदना पार्थो वत्सुधिर्भोक्ता दुग्धम गीतम अमृतम महत्। एकम शास्त्रम देवकी पुत्र गीतम एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव एको मंत्र तस्य नवानि यानि कर्मामि एकम तस्य देवस्य सेवा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So, today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, chapter named as Transcendental Knowledge, and today's verse is 24. Verse 24. So, this chapter has total 42 verses. So, this can be divided into 6 sections. So, before entering, I will share with you how can we this chapter can be divided into 42 verses, can be divided in 6 sections. From 1st to 4, the lineage of transcendental knowledge, parampara, Krishna is speaking, and 5 to 10, the divine nature of Lord Krishna's appearance. 11 to 15, the Krishna, the creator of the culmination of all paths. 16 to 24, understanding karma on the platform of jnana. So 16 to 24, this is the 4th section, and we are on the last verse of this section 24, right? And after that 25 to 33, attaining jnana through yagna, sacrifice, and 34 to 42, method, results, and glories of attaining jnana. So this is the detail of this 42 verses. Now today we are going to read verse number 24, right? And this section is 4th section, and in this 4th section, this is starting from 16 to 24, understanding karma on the platform of jnana. In this section, 16 and 17, so Krishna is telling, the intricacies of karma are difficult to understand. Even the wise get bewildered. Now I shall explain what is karma, akarma, and vikarma, knowing which you shall be liberated. This is the 16 and 17. And 18, one who sees inaction in action and action in action is intelligent among men. He is in transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of actions. And in this section, 19 to 24, the symptoms of detached worker is described, explained here. Symptoms of detached worker means karma yogi. Okay. So now you can repeat after me this 24 verse. Brahma arpanam brahma havir. Brahma agno brahmana hutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam brahma havir. Brahma agno brahmana hutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam brahma havir. Brahmagno brahmana hutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam brahma havir. Brahmagno brahmana hutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam brahma havir. Brahmagno brahmana hutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam brahma havir. Brahmagno brahmana hutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. Word to word meaning. Brahma, spiritual in nature. Arpanam, contribution. Brahma, the supreme. Havi, butter. Brahma, spiritual. Agnau, in the fire of consummation. Brahmana, by the spirit soul. Hutam, offered. Brahma, spiritual kingdom. Eva, certainly. Tena, by him. Gantavyam, to be reached. Brahma, spiritual. Karma, in activities. Samadhina, by complete absorption. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. Please repeat after me. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. Purport. How activities in Krishna consciousness can lead one ultimately to the spiritual goal is described here. There are various activities in Krishna consciousness and all of them will be described in the following verses. But for the present, just the principle of Krishna consciousness is described. A conditioned soul entangled in material contamination is sure to act in the material atmosphere, and yet he has to get out of such an environment. The process by which the conditioned soul can get out of the material atmosphere is Krishna consciousness. For example, a patient who is suffering from a disorder of the bowels due to the overindulgence in milk products is cured by another milk product, namely curds. The materially absorbed conditioned soul can be cured by Krishna consciousness as set forth here in the Gita. This process is generally known as yajna or activities, sacrifices, simply meant for the satisfaction of Vishnu or Krishna. The more the activities of the material world are performed in Krishna consciousness or for Vishnu only, the more the atmosphere becomes spiritualized by complete absorption. The word Brahma means spiritual. The Lord is spiritual and the rays of his transcendental body are called Brahma Jyoti. His spiritual effulgence. Everything that exists is situated in that Brahma Jyoti, but when the Jyoti is covered by illusion, Maya or sense gratification, it is called material. This material can be removed at once by Krishna consciousness. Thus, the offering for the sake of Krishna consciousness, the consuming agent of such an offering or contribution, the process of consumption, the contributor and the result are combined together. Brahmana or the absolute truth. The absolute truth covered by Maya is called matter. Matter detailed for the cause of the absolute truth regains its spiritual quality, Krishna consciousness is the process of converting the illusory consciousness into Brahmana or the Supreme. When the mind is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, it is said to be in Samadhi or trance. Anything done in such transcendental consciousness is called yagna or sacrifice for the absolute. In that condition of spiritual consciousness, the contributor, the contribution, the consumption, the performer or leader of the performance, and the result or ultimate gain, everything becomes one in absolute, the Supreme Brahman. That is the method of Krishna's. Srila Prabhupada ki. So Srila Prabhupada has explained very nicely this very important verse. So in this verse, it is told by Krishna, Brahmana arpanam, Brahma havir, Brahma agno, Brahmana hutam, Brahmeva ten gantavyam, Brahm karma samadhena. So in the last verse, Krishna was telling, Yagya acharata karma samagram pravilyate. So one should have to perform all his duties as the sacrifice, to perform the sacrifice. So how this sacrifice is to be performed, in this, the principle of the sacrifices is described in this particular verse. This sacrifice is not only the activity, this is the principle. Prabhupada is saying, this is the principle which is described in this verse. What is Krishna consciousness and how we can work with the help of sacrifices or yagna. So in 3.9, Krishna is telling, Yagyarth karmano nyatra lokoyam karam bandhana. Work done as sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. So we have to do all our activities by yagya, by performing the sacrifices. So this is not only that offering the oblations in the fire, that is called yagna. All our activities that can be situated in the yagna, if we are doing to satisfy the Lord, Supreme Lord, that is all activities which are going to be performed, so that is called yagna. So now we will discuss in this chapter, in this verse, 6 times Brahma is described. Brahman. 6 times Krishna is saying Brahma arpanam, Brahma havir, Brahma agno, Brahmana hutam. In first line it is 4 times Brahma, and in second line it is 2 times Brahmeva ten gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. So 6 times Krishna is saying Brahma, 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 Brahma. What is that Brahma? Brahma means Krishna. So in the Bhagavatam, it is in the verse 1.2.11 in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a verse, Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabdate. The absolute truth can be realized in 3 stages. What is that? Number 1, Brahman. Brahman means impersonal Brahman by the So it can be realized by the students of Vedas and Upanishads. They believe in Brahman, they don't believe in Krishna. They accept Vedas, they accept Upanishads, but they don't accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a section. Mass people of the world, they believe in the energy, but not the source of energy. They don't believe. So this is called Brahmeti. And the second section is those who are yogis. They believe in the local Paramatma in their heart. Localized Paramatma by the yogis, they believe in that. And Bhagavan iti. Bhagavan is realized by the devotees only. By the devotees. So these are the three categories. So why Krishna is explaining, why Krishna is saying Brahma, Brahma, Brahma. He is himself Brahma. Why he is not saying that I am the Havir, I am the everything. Why he is saying Brahma? So it is because there are so many people who don't believe, as I explained, though they don't believe in Krishna, but they believe in the effulgence, in the Brahm Jyoti, they believe. So Krishna in this beginning, in the chapter number 4, he is not explaining or he is not revealing himself that he is that Brahma. He is not revealing himself. So, as Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7:3, Manushyanam sahistreshu kaschit yadati siddhaya yadatam api siddhanam kaschan vameti tatvata. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. One may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. So it's very rare to accept, to know about the Krishna. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why now Krishna is saying Brahma, 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 Brahma 6 times. In chapter 9, verse number 1, what Krishna is saying? Krishna is saying, Nine one. Yes. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam tu te guhyatamam prakshvami anusuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yad gyatva moksase shubhat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. So, in this 9th, the most confidential knowledge, in the first verse, Krishna is telling Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved from the miseries of material nature. So Krishna is not revealing to everyone that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna also said, Avjananti mam muda. Manushim tanum ashritam param bhavam ajananto mam bhuta maheshwaram. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be. So, here in this verse, when Krishna is saying Brahma, 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 but now in 9th chapter, when we go further, the same thing Krishna is explaining that he is the same person. And what is that verse? That is verse number 9.16. So, let me read that verse also. What is that? The same thing. Here Krishna is saying, Aham kratur, aham yagya, swada aham aushadam, mantro aham eham ajyam, aham agnir aham hutam. Here Krishna is not saying Brahma, Brahma. What saying? Aham, aham, aham. 8 times Krishna is saying in this verse, aham, aham. Aham kratu. Kratu means Vedic rituals. Aham kratu. Aham yagya. Aham yagya. I yagya. And swadaham aushadam. Swada means oblation. Aham, I. And I aushadam, healing herb. I am the healing herb. Mantro aham eva ajam. Transcendental chant. Aham. Aham agnir. Aham hutam. And I am certainly the melted butter. And I am Agni, fire. And hutam, and offering. Everything which is described in the chapter 4, today's verse to 4.24, where Krishna is not saying aham, here he is saying Brahma, 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 Brahma. So this is very interesting, because this most confidential knowledge is to be imparted with those who are not envious of Krishna. So now we are coming back to today's verse 424. So in this verse there are two aspects Prabhupada is explaining. One is material and one is spiritual, right? So compositional sense and the application sense. We have to understand these two aspects. Okay, what is product? One product which is composed of means composition means what are the elements used in it. And the second is application sense, what is it used for. So like the soul is made of 3 elements, right? What are that? Sat, Chit, Anand. Satchidanand. The soul is made of 3 elements. Krishna's body is made of 3 elements, Sat, Chit, Anand. But our body is made of, gross body is made of 5 elements. What is that? Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Right? So, the body is made of 5 elements, and when we use our material body in the service of Supreme, then this material body becomes spiritual. Spiritual. So this is the science we have to learn. We have to understand how everything can be utilized in the service of Krishna and how everything can be spiritualized. So in today's verse, it is said, Brahma arpanam Brahma haver Brahma agno brahmana hotam brahmeva tena gantavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. I am repeating. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom. Who is absorbed in Krishna consciousness, it doesn't matter his body is material, it doesn't matter. His consciousness, what kind of consciousness? If he is engaged, if he is absorbed in Krishna consciousness, is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to the spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute and the which is offered is to the same spiritual nature. So in this context, there are two aspects. One is compositional sense, what is the composed of, and application sense, what is to be used for. So like prasad is made of material elements, grains and everything. The prasad is made of material elements. But when it is used for Krishna, then it becomes spiritual. The same thing which is material, but it is used for Krishna, that becomes spiritual. Very simple. There are the stalls who are selling the flowers, garlands outside ISKCON temple. The simple, that is the coming from the material world. But as soon as the garlands are offered to Krishna, that same garlands have become spiritual. Everybody wants that garland. Please give it to me, please give it to me. They are asking pujaris, please give me one garland. The same mala, the same garlands, they are selling outside. Anybody can go and buy from them. But nobody is hankering for that mala which are selling outside temple. But when it is offered to Krishna, everything is changed. That is, that mala, that garland is spiritualized. So when the things which are material and used for the spiritual purpose, it becomes spiritual. This principle is to be, we have to understand this principle. Everything which is used in the service of Krishna, that becomes spiritual. And when the body becomes spiritualized, like the spiritual master's body is spiritual, though there is also in that body the sufferings can come, the old age can come, but the body is totally used for the spiritual purpose. The spiritual master's body is spiritual. That cannot be material body. So here Krishna is asking or telling Arjuna to do your duty as a yagna. So Arjuna is saying, oh, very good. So we have to perform sacrifices. So what we are doing in this battlefield? We should go in the forest. I will really do all these sacrifices very nicely. Krishna, you will see. I will do all the sacrifices very nicely. So we should move from here. What we have to do in this battlefield? You are saying you have to do yagna, you have to do sacrifices. So I will learn everything nicely and I will do this sacrifices very nicely. So we should leave from here. So Krishna saying, no, you don't have to live in this battlefield, because this battlefield is Yajna Sthali. This is the Yajna Sthali. This battlefield is Yajna Sthali. How this is Yajna Sthali? So, how we will do Yajna? Saint Krishna saying, the ladle, spoon, which is used in the sacrifice. So use your gandiv and bow as a ladle or a spoon. Your gandiv and spoon, that is used as your gandiv and bow is used to be a spoon or ladle from which we are offering oblations in the sacrifice, in the fire. And what we have to offer? What is to be offered in this sacrifice? So Krishna is saying, ahuti. What type of ahuti? The Kauravas are given in ahuti. Your bow, your gandiv is the spoon, and the Kauravas are to be offered as a ahuti in this sacrifice. And who will accept? Who will accept this sacrifice? The person accepting the offering, that is the universal form of Krishna. The Krishna himself in the universal form will accept this offering. And it is also told by Krishna in chapter 11, 26, 27. What is that? Here Krishna is saying, Amicha tvam dhritarashtrasya putra sarve sehvav nipala sange bhishmo drona sutputas tathaso sasam dyerapi yodha mukhye vaktrani te tvaramana vishanti danshtakaralani bhayanakani kechit vilagna dashanantareshu sandrishyante churniteruttamange. All the sons of Dhritarashtra along with their allied kings and Bhishma, Drona, Karna and our chief soldiers also are rushing into your fearful mouth. All are rushing in your fearful mouth, and some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth. So Krishna is ready to accept the offering and a Virat Rupa. So all the Kauravas will become the Ahuti, and this Kurukshetra field is Yajna Sthali. So now we will discuss one or two things which Prabhupada has mentioned in this today's verse very nicely. What is that? So Prabhupada is saying that the process, yes. For example, Prabhupada is giving a very nice analogy. A patient who is suffering from a disorder of the bowels due to overindulgence in milk products is cured by another milk product, namely curds. The materially absorbed conditioned soul can be cured by Krishna consciousness as set forth here in the Gita. So everything, we are in this material world and we are entangled here. So we have to learn how we can come out from this entanglement. So I will do one analogy given Srila Prabhupada. We will discuss that also. So it will make very clearly we can understand how we can do this yagna. How we can do this yagna. So Prabhupada is saying, yes. So Prabhupada is giving the lecture in Mumbai on Srimad Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada is saying, the sound is very important thing. The sound is the cause of our bondage in this material world. Just like in big cities, they are attached to the sound vibrated by the cinema artists. And not only that, so many other things we are hearing through the radio message, attachment for the sound. And because it is material sound, we are becoming materially entangled. Entangled more and more. Prabhupada saying some actress, some cinema artists singing, and people are so fond of hearing that singing that the artist is paid. Here Prabhupada is saying 15,000 rupees for a song, but not now 15,000, it is maybe more than 50 lakhs or 1 crore for a one song they are charging. So this is the Prabhupada is mentioning, that is the time, that is the 70s, 1970s. So there is a difference in 1970s and today. So here Prabhupada is saying, so they are charging thousands of rupees for one song. There are many here in Mumbai. So just see how much attraction we have got for the material sound vibration. Similarly, the same attachment, if we turn to hear about the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then we become liberated. The same sound, one is material and one is spiritual. This is the art. So we are entangled in this material world through the material sound. But when we want to get out from this material entanglement, then we have to accept the spiritual sound. And what is that? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, next Prabhupada is also mentioning, it is stated also in the Vedanta Sutra that sound is the origin of all object of material possession, and that by sound one can also dissolve this material existence. Only by the sound we can dissolve our material existence. Anavritti Shabdat means liberation by sound. The entire material manifestation began from sound. This whole material world, it begins from the sound. And sound can also end material entanglement if it has particular potency. The particular sound capable of doing this is transcendental vibration Hare Krishna. Our entanglement in material affairs has begun from material sound. Now we must purify the sound in spiritual understanding. There is sound in the spiritual world also. If we approach that sound, then our spiritual life begins. And the other requirements for spiritual advancement can be supplied. We have to understand very clearly that sound is the beginning of the creation of all material objects. for our sense gratification. Similarly, if sound is purified, our spiritual necessities also are produced from sound. So, everything which we are using today in our material life, that can be used in the service of Krishna. Then everything will become spiritualized. Everything. Like this microphone. This is not an ordinary microphone. Right? This is in the service of Krishna. This is not matter. This is spiritual. So if we engage this material body in the service of Krishna, this body is no more material, because this is going to be used in the service of Krishna. So everything we have to understand, everything we have to realize that we are the part and parcel of Krishna, and we are meant for Krishna's service. So, one Prabhupada is saying, one thing I was searching, what is that? Okay, it doesn't matter we are in Vrindavan or we are somewhere else. If we are connected with Krishna, we can always remain in Vrindavan. So there is one also quote I am not getting right now. So everything should be, so just like I am telling one more example to you, like this is the paper, right? This is also material. And we are reading the newspaper daily. When the printing paper is going to the press and the newspaper is coming to at our door, that paper is material. Because there are all material news. But same paper, when it is published, Bhagavad Gita, this paper is not material. This is spiritual. This is spiritual paper. This is not material. So how the same thing, one can be at the material level, and the same thing, it can be on the spiritual level. We should know this science. Everything is can be utilized in the service of Krishna. So the time is over now. I am going to end today's session here. So if there is any question, any comments, you please come forward. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, as you said that there are certain materialistic things and certain spiritualistic things. So is it like that once we are into spirituality, we have got to be 100 spiritual? Or like unless we are in the material world, we are only living in the material world. But if we are interested in Krishna consciousness, and if we want to bow down to that supreme power, and if we want to be in the realm of spirituality, then is it possible to be a bit in the materialistic world as well? Do we have to be 100% spiritual only?
It is not possible. In one day we cannot be 100% spiritualized. It will take time. The Prabhupada is giving a very nice analogy, just like an iron rod. Iron rod is put in the fire, and after some time, when we'll bring it out, then what will happen to that rod? It will become totally red. All the good qualities, all the qualities of fire will come in the rod. But if you put the rod in the fire and you will bring it out in few minutes or half an hour, that contents of the fire will not carry on in that rod. It will take time. So gradually, when we are doing our practices daily we are doing our practices, we are getting the association of the devotees, and daily we are chanting our 16 rounds minimum and reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So these practice will make us purely Krishna consciousness, and our all activities will transform in the spirituality. So it will take time. Not it's in a one day or one session we can get our body totally spiritualized. It will take time. Anything else? Yes.
Like, as we read in scripture, and as we are saying also, we use anything, any matter we are using for the service of Krishna or offering to Krishna, it becomes spiritualized. So, but it is very difficult to understand, because like matter, when we see, when it is spiritualized, but still it decays, because spiritual things is eternal. Spiritual thing never decays at the time. But when we see the body, when we see the prasadam, all things decay by the time. So how can we understand?
Like when the body is spiritualized and the end come of the spiritualized body, so there is a great difference. When the material entangled man is leaving the body, and the spiritualist who is leaving the body, there is a difference. Like when the cat is taking, what will say her child, what is saying cats? Kitchen. Yes, in her mouth. And when she is capturing the rat, so what is the difference?
But the consciousness is spiritualized.
So consciousness, but when we are absorbed in it, spiritually, absorbed in, so the material, what we are facing, we are suffering, that will not impact on our consciousness. That's a huge difference. Everything. So it will take time, but when we are spiritually strong, then this material problems and material, this so much, what is impact on the material, that will not impact in our consciousness. The whole game is in our consciousness. If you are spiritually strong, if your mind is become spiritualized, your mind is spiritualized, then these things will not affect you as much. The materially absorbed people are affected. You can see the example when His Holiness Kadam Kanan Maharaj has left their body. Is it a simple? It's a ordinary thing? It's a very... Nobody can do this, how he has left his body. So many examples, so many. Our great acharyas who are suffering materially, but they are on the spiritual platform. Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. At the end of the life, they are doing their duties very fine, very nicely. So this is a huge difference. Right? So time is over now. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glory to Srila Bhagavad